Okay, so we just had the opportunity to look at some work samples that Morgan had brought in. And I just want to give her some warm and cool feedback. So the warm feedback is that I really thought that the paper that she had given the students was very helpful to many of them, not all of them, but many of them. It had dots on it and just a reminder to have them skip lines. It also helped when they were making these revisions to keep their work nice and neat and still legible. One other thing that I noticed was that the students knew their responsibilities in their partnership. They respected one another. Clearly, this is a routine and practice that, Morgan, that you do in your classroom because because the students really had a clear understanding of what needed to be done, how to speak to one another in a partnership, how to take turns, and I thought they did a really wonderful job. Some things to look out for: although the paper was wonderful with the dots and many students were able to skip lines, there was still a handful of students who did not pay attention to the dots. So you may want to monitor as they're drafting their work. In addition, I noticed that some students are still putting periods in the middle of the sentence, almost like they just think they need to put a period, so they just throw one in. Just maybe going over the process of reading their work, thinking about where you take a natural break and putting the period in, because that did hinder the writing process a bit.
Okay, just thinking about some of your feedback in order for me to reflect. I really like the idea of incorporating more mini lessons on sentence structure. I think students do tend to have a difficult time knowing when to end a sentence so they're not run-ons, or making sure a fragment is not a sentence. So I think that those are some things across the board, maybe not only in reading workshop, but in other areas that I have seen an issue of. So I would like to do more mini lessons about that and relate it a little bit more into reading workshop as well, thinking about how authors write and how important punctuation is in order to understand the idea. So doing some more fluency work with that in reading and writing. Another suggestion that I want to take also is when students are beginning the drafting process, just monitoring more often with the drafting paper where the dots are, because unfortunately if they aren't skipping lines or they're not writing neatly and organized, it does hinder the editing process. So that would be a suggestion I would take as well. More conferences during that stage of the writing.
Something else that I've used in the past is maybe even highlighting so it sticks out to them a little bit more than a dot on the side.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Some students may need that.
Yeah. Okay.
And actually, can I get a copy of that paper, because I don't have it, and I do see the benefits in it. Although some students did have trouble, the majority of the students worked well with it, and it was very helpful in keeping them nice and organized. So if you can give me a copy, that would be great.
Sure, I'll print that and bring it to PLC on Monday for all members.
Great, thank you.